What's this extra part for? Yeah, I can't figure it out. Must not need it. Hey friends, Shane from HowToWrench.com, and in this video I'm going to give you a tip on when you've been doing a repair or a rebuild or a overhaul, and a lot of times you may order a kit, and one of the advantages sometimes to OEM is having these part numbers where we can figure out where they go. So I've done a cam service kit. Now this little baggie came inside this whole box here. Let's see if we can see a part number on this. It's called a cam service kit. Like these gaskets came in there, and it was this part number right here, okay? So that is the entire parts required to service these cam chest areas. And it came with a lot of gaskets. It even came with these lifter gaskets, which are replaced due to the age of this vehicle. It came with our rocker gaskets here. Now, I show in some of my other videos where you don't have to take these off. I show methods of not doing these and not doing these. But due to the age of this vehicle and the fact that the gaskets came in the kit, I went ahead, gave my customer a solid, went ahead and replaced them because this snow too. So you got to think that these gaskets, it's 2025 right now, are 23 years old. So I don't think of a bike when I look at it as a 2002. I always think and say to myself, oh, that's 23 years old. And you start to think about rubber, paper, gaskets, you know, what happens when they age, and especially in Arizona with our heat here, it's just always going to be a good idea to change it if you can afford it. Let's look at our example here. So I've rebuilt this cam chest cavity, and I got this one leftover O-ring. So we're going to pretend here that I have no idea where this goes. Like I'm just a do-it-yourself, or you could be a shop too, where you're just not that familiar with the model, and you're like, okay, where does this go? I've used everything else in here. So what we could do is we can head over to the parts fish online and figure out where this goes. But before I do that, I've got to try to figure out of all these parts, which one was this? So simply by a process of elimination, this is the only thing I have left. All these other quantities in here were 4, 4, 2. There was this quantity of 1 and quantity of 1 of all these, right? But I can look at this diameter here. It says ID. That's a clue if you didn't know. That's the inner diameter. So the inside of that, I could take a caliper and measure it, but we're going to speed this up. 239 thousandths versus the other one-piece inner diameter one that was in here was 1.987. And that was the big one for the oil pump. So since that's the only one left, and you might be scratching your head, you know, where's that go? Let me show you how to find it. All right, I'm going to show you how I like to do this. This is actually where I buy my parts locally at my local Buddy Subs Harley Davidson dealer. If you're from the Arizona area, these folks are fantastic. I love dealing with these folks in the parts department. So big shout out to them. They're not paying for this. They're not sponsoring this in any way. I just think that they're really rad. You can go to your local Harley Davidson dealer, your dealer of your choice, and figure out how to find the parts fish from there. You can go to Harley directly, but what I like about this is I feel like this may somehow be attached to that dealer's metrics of who's on their website and looking for stuff. So, hey, just helping out another business. But find a shop online, and then when we get in here, we could start to see parts. Okay, and then I found shop OEM parts. And what I noticed about this is it goes to that, like I said, that same website for Harley Davidson, but you could see I'm still on my local website here, so somehow I want to support them. Well, what I'm going to do now is type in that part number. I don't need a make and model, and I find that this is a pretty fast way to do it, because even if I put in the model, I'd still have to go find that part number. So my main goal right now is to go, hey, I got this mystery part number, where does it go? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here, and I got a couple choices. I'm going to go in here and I can find the O-ring itself, or I could actually see the service kit that it came with when I was showing you that whole part number. I'm just going to grab the O-ring kit right here, and it says where used. And so now here's where I'm going to go find my exact model. So let's go find our Softail. O2. And for some reason it takes you down here, and I didn't want you to be confused. Another reason I made the video, it drops you at the bottom of the page. What you need to do is you need to scroll back to the top, and you'll be back in this parts area. The Harley site and the dealers do the same thing. It's just goofy. Here's that nice parts fish that I would have used to order it anyway. So I'm going to click on that. And this is where it gets really cool. Look at, because I'm doing a search, it automatically highlights that part number and the reference number. So now what I could do is come in here and start to look around, go, oh, there it is, right there. And I can find out exactly where that's used. A lot of times you're going to see it used in multiple spaces, not just that one location. For this particular service, all I'm seeing it used in is that one space, which makes sense why there's a quantity of one. If you saw multiples, you'd be able to figure it out and then figure out what makes sense to your service. While we're in here, I'd mentioned that I did another video that I have coming out on the oil pressure relief. That's a little plunger right here in the spring. I made a how to wrench version of the tool. That's going to be a cool video. If you haven't done so yet, I'm trying to talk you into it. Smash that subscribe button. We make a lot of cool content. So now that I know where that is, I can go back together and finish this using all the parts and not throwing anything in the garbage. All right, friends, there you have it. That is a way that you could save yourself some confusion and problems and figure out where this all goes. If you haven't done so yet, make sure and like, share, and subscribe. As always, make it a great day and keep wrenching.